to slow down his opponent's production. And he's actually gonna go for oh! Hey guys, today we have BacT versus ACM. ACCM is in the purple as the Teutons, while BacT is in the orange as the Incas. This is on the hamburger map, I believe. It's HC2 map pack. I guess it's hamburger. It looks like hamburger. Doesn't really look like hamburger though. Looks more like a hammer. But other than that, let's see. We got forward gold, forward stone. All of his stuff is forward. That's unfortunate for ACCM. Well, BacT got backward gold and backward stone. So that is going to help him a lot. If he realizes and checks out ACCM's base, he could probably tower rush him and give him quite a bit of trouble. ACCM gets BacT gets a free llama. These Incas really helps out in the economy in the beginning. So your villagers don't go idling with trying to find sheep. And Teutons are really good defensively. I wonder how this will go, because if BacT realizes that ACCM has these forward resources, he might go for a tower rush. I'm not sure which group would do better, because Incas get very good units early on, up until early Imperial pretty much. So especially in the Castle Age, he gets like slingers and I forget what those other ones were called. I will check briefly. BacT will get free llama, cheaper buildings with stone. Oh, that definitely pushed him more going for like towers, because cheaper towers is always helpful. Oh yeah, Kamioks, anti-cavalry as well. Anti-cavalry and anti-infantry. The slingers are anti-infantry. Those are gone in the Castle Age. We got our couple villagers going out to the mill. I think the Teutons get pretty good farms though. If I remember correctly, it's like a cheaper farms, yeah. So they're pretty good when you want to build like paladins or champions, especially paladins. So not scout cavalry. Well, you can build scout cavalry, but that's all they get. They don't even get light cav. Unless they change that. They might change that actually. Oh man, I'm checking the tech tree so much this time. Okay, yeah, I remember correctly. They do not get even light cav, so unless you want to a very inefficient cavalry, he's probably going to end up going for like knights. ACCM is screwing with the BacT's spoiler. It almost went through, but fortunately for him it did not, and now his it cannot fight, and it's only at 3 HP. Now I'm not sure where wait, he killed one. He must have killed someone earlier. Or maybe he killed his scout? Because I don't see his scout on the minimap. Wait a minute. He steal his boar? Okay, it looks like ACCM noticed that his stuff's all forward, so he's actually going to go forward back instead. Because otherwise, he's going to be behind if BacT decides to try to forward him. So it's like a pre-counter forward or something like that. Yeah, I think BacT lost his Eagle Scout or something. Because he does not have it. And this is really bad for him now because ACCM can scout his base as he pleases. See what he's up to. You can notice that he's going for the deer, and then he built a mill here. ACCM can put a tower on the mill and completely mess with him that way. Or he can build a tower on this mill instead. It's gonna be pretty effective as well. And BacT is trying to not sure what he's trying to do. He's trying to do straight into archers on 25 pop. Oh, he's gonna no, he's not gonna get the kill blow on that guy. And now he's gonna have to get up to the Feudal Age. Oh, he just staying back at home, mining stone for the towers, and slowly adding in economy. His TC is kind of idle though. Guess he's well. Can't always be perfect. These kinds of games, especially when you're forwarding someone, it kind of puts a bit of a hamper on some of your economy when you're busy forwarding and working on your eco at the same time. This could get kind of messy for BacT because there's another tower going up here, and quickly he can get a tower over here. If he doesn't get a tower up over here, purple can keep pushing in and mess with his gold mine, which is the only one he's got. The other one has already been spotted by ACCM, and he's put up these palisade walls to check to see if he's ever taking it. Kind of like a bug feature that would get. Alright, this shouldn't happen, but it does. But you can see whoever's on it, but he's gonna get up to the Feudal Age in time, and he's going to build a watchtower to defend. And he actually has enough stone for both watchtowers, since he knew about the forward pretty early on. He's off the scout. And he's gonna try to punch this watchtower with his this woman's fist. This one is idle. I want to garrison them or something. ACCM put these houses here to mess with BacT. Try to get him to not attack. And this tower might go down pretty quickly because both of them might. But now, these guys are going to have to run away. They're going to die, one of them at least. Both of them. Because I'm BacT walled in this thing, so this guy is safe. Or this girl, I should say. And BacT thing forward seems like it kind of failed. He wasn't able to push further in. And BacT still got his resources, so this forward seems kind of pointless at this point. Or I just try to run back home and try to catch up in economy or something like that. Or he could just be a jerk and wall up the opponent's resources that he can actually reach. But he's going to solidify this position, so maybe he's thinking about putting down a castle here in the Castle Age. He's getting town watch, so that is going to increase his fog of war. Let him see what BacT is doing more. Not by much though. It might do. It might help though if they start putting towers up on these wood lines later on. So far, we'll see what they try to do. And BacT is not sitting back though, and he's building up a bunch of towers of his own. But ACCM really wants to solidify his position here. He got 5 towers on this position. I think he really wants to keep hold of it. BacT is 6 villagers ahead at least. At this point in time. We've got an outpost to try to spot if BacT tries to do a counter tower rush or something like that. I don't think he's going to do that. Take forever, but ACCM is going to bring in a villager from the behind. He's going to put a watchtower on this wood line, and that is going to mess with BacT's wood a bit. He be able to see that? He will be able to see that. So he will either put up a counter tower, or he'll just not bother and just move his villagers over this way a bit. And now he's gonna go on to the secondary gold, because this one over here is slightly getting contested now at this point because there's so many towers here from ACCM. And there's another thing to know is that these are actually Teuton towers. So you can fit double the villagers in them if he decides he wanted to bring more villagers in. Or archers, for instance. They'll do more damage because they have more units inside. Purple's tower is not going to go up here. Or it might go up, but villagers might get damaged. Nope, it's not going to go up. Gonna waste a tower there. Yeah, these Teuton towers can hold 10 units in it. Usually you put villagers or archers if you want to increase this damage output. And they both got wheelbarrow, but they didn't actually click up yet. So ACCM looks like he might soon. So BacT is not that far behind on that. And he's going to be extra annoying by putting 2 towers up here, one slightly closer to the lumber camp. And he's going to try to put up his own counter tower, but these guys are already getting poked, so it might not be able to go up. So BacT seems to have some archers out, so he might use those to prop up these towers a bit. Or just to poke some of ACCM's villagers at home. Got a sneaky villager over here. I'm sure that he can see that. Yep. So it's not going to be that sneaky. He even sees the watchtower from him. And now he's going to try to put up his own sneak thing, and it's not going to happen. Because ACCM is going to see that. They both got Town Watch, and they're both clicking up to Castle Age at almost the same time. So this is actually a fairly close game, though BacT is still a couple of villagers ahead, and he's got a bit of an army now. That when he gets crossbow, these guys are going to be quite a bit more dangerous. This tower's not going to go up. And the villager might even die if he's not careful. He's not paying attention. And he's going to die. Just like that. That's going to bring back the lead a bit for ACCM, because he's slightly behind. I hear a stable going up. So I'm going to expect some knights coming out of this stable. 1 stable knights for now. Combat these use the archers. Wow, he's put random houses all over ACCM's economy, making it kind of annoying to gather like stone. Not terribly annoying, just slightly. If he was being really annoying, he would fully wall it up. I don't even know if he can see one of the houses. Can't see the other one though. But it's going to forewarn BacT if there's any other things going on. I'm gonna build a castle up on the front to get these towers. And not sure what ACCM plans to do. These knights aren't going to be super effective now because there's all these towers from BacT. And his other tower did not go up on his wood, on the BacT's wood line. And this castle is gonna really solidify his position on this map. And he's gonna go for an extra town center as well. The town centers and his castle being cheaper because of the stone buff they get. These archers are still gonna hang back for a bit though because they cannot deal with the knights currently because they're in such small numbers. And BacT continues to make Eagle Scouts. I guess he wants to scout the map or go for Eagle Warrior. But he's not extremely committed on that currently. And these Eagle Warriors don't do that well against Knights again. But BacT might be a bit overconfident because he keeps sending out his crossbows, but these guys are going to get cleaned up by ACCM. But he's going to have some knowledge about the monastery that's coming out. And he's building all sorts of units, including Kamiok, the anti-cavalry spearman guy. And these are actually even more effective than normal pikemen because they have an extra range on them, so they can poke. They can have pikemen in the front, and then right behind the pikemen you'd have these Kamioks to do extra damage from the back. So it makes attacking cavalry positions so much more effective. So if there's only one, it's not going to do them much good. So it's going to run away. ACCM is going to go for a full forward approach with also full eco. So actually, yeah, they're about almost equal on the eco. Oh no. He's adding him in the T season later to go for a more attack approach. ACCM lost one of his villagers that were making these towers. Going to slow down any more towers that he might try to make. And I don't know if he can do that much damage with these knights. The problem with this is he has full towers covering his whole base, so there's not much opportunity for him to destroy it. And the Incas have really good counters in the Castle Age, like the Kamiok. ACCM might try to buy a castle? Why would he buy stone? He's trying to build an RTC or something? Okay, yeah, he's gonna build a 4TC. I think he realizes that his phone is kind of heavily fortified, so he might just go try to out-eco him, or at least catch up, because he's like 12, 13-ish villagers behind so far. So he does have a slight military lead. with his knights being much more effective than a couple of crossbow. Or he might just be looking to build a castle using this stone mine. Tier 1 nearly running out. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Yeah, apparently they're being pretty peaceful. BacT's gonna lose his army again when he runs into the knights. He's gonna know about this siege workshop if he doesn't already. Yep, he does not know about it. Gonna get 2 villager picks. Those were both his watchtower builders, so they won't be building more watchtowers anytime soon. And he's still not gonna know about this forward. These are not actually hit. You can't see those currently. It's a spectator bug. And now he's gonna push in with 4 mangonels. That's gonna take out these crossbows as well as archery and watchtowers fairly quickly. And the archery range as well if he wants to slow down his opponent's production. And he's actually gonna go for— oh, that is a really good shot on the crossbows. It was worth it for him to do that. And he did bring more of them to attack though. Kamek is poking his mangonels to death. I think they might all die. Yep, they're all dead. He didn't want to give purple free Kamek, so he just deletes it. So that was a pretty good trade from both of them. ACCM really knocked out all those crossbows. And now we're gonna see what the full power of the knights are gonna do. Because ACCM is gonna look for going towards Paladin, I think. Eventually. Wow. BacT is already up on his way to the Imperial Age. He's probably thinking about going for Arbalist. Because I don't see any other military buildings. He's trying to get all the upgrades on his units. But, oh. His house is getting attacked by a villager. BacT. And ACCM is gonna try to build more fort buildings. Might be a castle. So he doesn't even have a Imperial Age upgrade yet, so he won't be able to build trebuchets. So if he builds it too close to his opponent's castle, it's gonna go down very quickly. He might build it up here though. Yep. It's a bit close to the castle, but it's probably fine for him. Though his current army composition cannot defend the castle if BacT was to see it, but he does not. Playing really well to keep his weapons unknown. While BacT is gonna come onto this side and try to attack him from behind, where he has no defenses at all. All of his Imperial Age upgrades are starting to come in. And Fordham University as well from ACCM. He's going to throw like books and stuff at BacT. And then Trebuchet is also coming out. I'm not sure if he knows about the castle. He can't see the castle, but he's preemptively building a Trebuchet. Oh, to take out this watchtower. Because you can see his flag is on the watchtower. But it's going to be good for him because his opponent has a castle of his own which he's shortly going to find out about anyway. Because he's going to whiff his Mangonel. But once his villagers starting to get poked, not gonna be good for him. They're gonna run away. He's also getting attacked on this side by Arbalest of the BacT. And he's also going to have some rams coming his way as well. He built that C4 shot really far back. It's going to take forever for the ram to get from here to here. And ACCM tried to build some really forward walls, which were denied. Just gonna have to concentrate on building some kind of defenses over here instead. You know he's concentrating really hard when a bunch of his villagers are idling. He's gonna build more protection TZs so his villagers don't all get murdered by these arbalists that are sneaking around in his base. And this castle, like I said, could go down very quickly because it's very close to BacT's castle, and he has no way to actually kill off the trebuchets. So he's stuck defending a broken castle. So it's gonna get some shots off. Not a whole lot though, and it doesn't have any of the arrow upgrades either. But he's almost got the upgrade Cavalier, fully upgrade Cavalier, and then once he gets in Paladin upgrade, and he'll be in business. He's gonna lose a lot of his eco on his backside though. Or I guess it's also the front, two fronts. So he's not gonna do too well fighting a war on two fronts where the BacT really can't defend against this. ACCM's selling resources because he really needs to get some gold to fuel his economy, and this is his only gold mine right now because this one's about to run out, and he's lost a lot of villagers on that one as well. He could go for these mines though, the exterior ones, but they are not particularly well defended. It looks like he really wants to push on this side though, as he's building more stables up here. But he really has to also push on this side, so he avoids getting overwhelmed by BacT's army. And he's also switching into pikemen to counter the Paladin, or Cavalier, because it might be hard to justify getting Paladin at this point because of the switching to pikemen already. And he knows there's pikemen because they're out on the field already. And he's getting upgrades on them very quickly. But ACCM is very resourceful, so he's going to go to all of the exterior resources and eventually collect them. And BacT is not going to do the same. Though it looks like, since this is the hamburger map, I think, actually it might not be the hamburger map. This might be hidden something. Is there a hamburger or hidden forest or something? I don't actually remember. And I mentioned it earlier in the video, there's a hamburger, but I don't think it's actually hamburger. But now, there's fully upgraded Halberdier, or almost fully upgraded. Just need to get armor and weapons and stuff. But the armor is almost fully upgraded. And this is a real big mess for him, now that he has to switch into skirmishers to take out these Halberdier that are ruining his day. BacT has not been collecting many of the resources that are on the outside though. He only got this one, but he is reclaiming this one slightly. So there's like cavalry building, military buildings like right outside, so it can get raided very quickly. And the miners have very short lifespans, especially on the exterior resources. I would not want to be a miner in that situation. These buildings are going to go down though, and this forward is just going to move further to the back, and he's going to try to push again later, assuming that he doesn't notice, or he's just going to push forward now. He really is only going for Cavalier, so BacT can get away with just going tons of Halberdier. So the elite skirmishers are pretty much fully upgraded at this point, except for their armor. And he's continuing to pull up more units so that he can do a bigger push. Because he really needs more of these archery ranges to get more skirmishers, because that would completely counter this current composition from BacT with the Halberdier and the Arbalist. Just going full skirmishers, and then have the Cavalier or actually he doesn't even get light cav, scout cav. Take out the siege rams. And Cannoneers also out from ACCM, though they're not as effective. Because the elite skirmishers are already pretty effective against them, but they are more effective against the Halberdier at least. And this is starting to turn into like a trash war, almost. BacT is going to lose all of his gold again, and he might actually start running out of resources, because he's not able to hold on to any gold. It's a problem for him, because ACCM is trying to take it all already. While ACCM is also trying to make sure all of his stuff is found. So he's not noticed that half his economy is dying. Now these towers have really good range. Is he ever going to notice that his economy is falling to pieces? Oh, he's going to notice now, after he's lost a whole bunch of villagers. It's like 20 villagers right here, all dead. And this town center is also falling to pieces, as this car tower slowly pokes at it. Though on the front, he's able to keep BacT kind of off the gold with the Cannoneers, and is able to not really push back on this side. All of his buildings are falling apart. The problem is these siege rams are really good at taking out the buildings, but then there's also Halberdier protecting them, and these skirmishers don't do much against them, because they only do 1 damage per arrow. So you need 270 arrows to take out one thing, and the hand cannoneers have the same problem, except they fire even slower than skirmishers. So they're extremely ineffective against siege rams. So things are looking pretty dicey for ACCM, as he now doesn't have enough villagers to properly sustain his economy. So he still has the gold, to his credit. And these Cavalier are pretty effective at destroying the siege rams on this side, because the Halberdier are not actually attacking. And pretty good at tanking all the skirmisher fire. So once these halberdiers start popping in, he's gonna run away because he cannot afford to lose these cavalier. They're very expensive units. Meanwhile on this side, the siege rams just keep slowly busting into his economy, and soon he won't even have town centers. And at this point, he might call the GG very soon, because he cannot push on this side quickly enough. And he's actually getting pushed back. He's at 100 villagers versus 112. But the main problem is the army, where BacT has 77 army versus the 23 from ACCM. I think where it started to go wrong was where he doubled down on the towers over here, but they were largely ineffectual. They couldn't really... There's two main towers in one area that didn't do that much to harm BacT's economy, which is where most of the problem went. Also, BacT gets really good skirmishers, but that doesn't help his cause either. And yes, he's gonna call it the GG right there. So we'll take a look at the he didn't even get blast furnace yet. That's how well he was doing. Look at the achievements. A lot more kills from ACCM, but it's not about kills, it's about map control more. You can kill all the things you want, but if you don't have any map to hold on to, you're dead. Much better economy from BacT. A lot of wood collected. His ACCM was getting attacked later on in the game on his wood lines, and that was really affecting his ability to get wood. They both had decent villager counts, so that lasted so long. But in the end, I think it came down to ACCM going too hard on the push and it not returning enough dividends in the end. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and goodbye. And he also got another sneaky tower up here, and this is going to completely cut off Gray's wood supply.